Can't leave it like that. Can't leave it like that. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna finish it tonight. I'm sure I can. What do we even have to do? Because we have a whole nother part of the trial, typically, right? Like that's normal. I'm confident I could do it in less than 2 hours, but like, what are we even proving? Because Emma killed him, right? And they're all like, "Oh," I don't like how Gant came at Edwards talking about this is your fault as the prosecutor. Meanwhile, they went out of their way to change the crime scene and give him false evidence. You can't be exonerated if you're literally messing with the crime scene and making it seem like something it's not when you're supposed to be doing your job, and then giving it to the prosecutor for them to use. Like, okay, sure, the prosecutor, I don't, in this situation, I don't think he should be very culpable because he's just accepting what they're giving him as evidence. You know what I mean? He isn't the detective. He's the prosecutor. They're the detectives. You know what I'm saying? So they shouldn't be exonerated from like any responsibility of the situation. They should have most to, if not all of the responsibility considering the situation. But I don't know, maybe that's what this last part of the trial is going to be about. I don't know. Let's go. Oh, turn my headset off. Sorry, Edgeworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. No, bring your ass back. Wait, Detective Gumshoe. What is it? You've got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run all around while on duty. Again with this? To top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. I take it Lana's having you run errands again? Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. You know what, now that I'm thinking about it, evidence law, Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. You could at least study some evidence law, really. Right. So, the chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. Hold on. Now that I really think about it, I pointed this out, but it's really weird that Marshall's last actions would be to write Emma's name on the vase. So it almost makes me feel like things didn't happen quite that way. Emma didn't push him, even though she knows she pushed somebody. We don't know she pushed him. We assume she did, and that's how he got stabbed. By the way, we don't know, because maybe Gantz wrote Emma on the vase? Wait, no, because no. None of this makes sense. Because literally, why didn't we do this in the trial? Hold on. The final fragment found in the if we're saying he wrote Emma's name on the vase or jar, whatever, why the fuck? We're saying, right? Stick with me now. We're saying that he bumped into the table. He bumped into the knight, got stabbed. Somehow, him bumping into a spear shook the room enough for the jar to fall all the way over and break. And then in his last moments, not only did he write the name in his own blood of a 14-year-old girl, but he did it on a broken vase where if you put it back together, it says the name. Because if it fell, it would have already been broken. How is he going to write the name, anyone's name, on the jar? Because it would have broken once it hit the ground, right? Because it was broken. What? Hold on, y'all. This can't be right. Can't be right. The fact that we're not even, that no one brought that up. The fact that he supposedly knocked the jar off the dresser by bumping into a spear, by the way, of a knight that was apparently up against the wall. The jar fell over, and then he wrote the chick's name on the jar. And they had me eating it up. Something's off. Something's way off. Sorry. Let's get right back into this. Hold on. The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book. Him? I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. From Miss Sky explains the 2 rules of evidence law. Evidence law securely slipped into the pocket. It's a pocket. I'm so happy I ate before this. Re-energized, bro. Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. All that's left is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me? Mr. Edgeworth? The real trial today hasn't begun yet. What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? I know what the fuck we talking about. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police. They approved it though. That, in my opinion, that's strike number 1. What did I step on? Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. What else is there left to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Sky found out she unwittingly caused a man's death. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You've got to be kidding me, pal. You're missing the point, detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. I forgot about that. I deadass forgot. I was so enthralled about what happened in the SO9 incident, I forgot there's a whole dead body. The initial trial, bro. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're going to expose him. Oh, I gotta sneeze, bro. Whew, it was a messy one. That's why I had to pause the recording. Alright. We're going to expose him. No matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. I'm over here thinking just about Emma. I'm talking. Completely forgot about Bruce Goodman. Oh shit. The court will not convene. Mr. Edgeworth. The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. That's so stupid to me. So because the police department verified evidence and forged it, or like forged evidence and verified it due to rule 1 of damn, they said we're going to use all the squares in the rows. No evidence shall be shown without approval of the police department. So they forged the evidence, approved it, gave it to him, but he's the only one being punished. I bet this is too realistic, bro. I gotta stop getting up out my chair. I actually have to like hurry up and finish this. I ain't trying to stay up all night. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, I actually need to clear my throat. Normally, this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness, but this isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses? I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and you're talking too. Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution? That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses. Let me dap my... Come on, man. That's what... What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement. I wonder... So I haven't uploaded any videos with this green screen. I wonder how well it's doing. I was thinking about ironing it out, but I had already set it up. I said... You know what I'm saying? Unusual arrangement. But a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? Absolutely. Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Goddamn genius, bro. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Goddamn genius, bro. Then it's settled. The defense may now call forth the next witness, Mr. Wright. You do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls a save. Yeah! Time's finally come to bring out the real murderer. Take that. Damon Gant. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand. Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything? As the defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, nigga? True. Alright, bailiff. Please escort Mr. Gant to the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this? Some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir. Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Name and occupation, nigga! So, you want to play hardball, eh? I want to play what's your occupation? Like, damn! Please, Mr. Gant. Fine. My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police. Like, bro, act like it's his first time to... Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony. Oh, righto. What's with the grim face? First, let's clear up this SL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There are still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all of this. Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. But it doesn't make sense, because here's what I'm thinking, right? This is the power of the human mind, right? Because the whole time I'm reading this, I'm thinking about something else. You know what I'm thinking about? So I'm over here saying, how did Marshall write? Why would Marshall write Emma's name in blood on a jar he hasn't knocked over yet and broken? So it must have been set up beforehand or something. So I'm thinking, here's my thing. If that was all set up to make Emma look like the perpetrator, including the fingerprints and the whatever, are you telling me this nigga Gant, they did all that to get Joe Dark convicted, and just in case, because he hid piece of the jar in the safe, I initially thought to protect Emma, but was it just a backup plan in case someone, because why would you even keep it? You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't want it submitted as evidence, wouldn't you just get rid of it? Was it a backup plan in case this ever came back up? Oh my, I don't. All right, we gotta get going. We gotta get going. Okay. Weapons. Sure, take my testimony for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify. Why? If someone knows, can you please tell me? Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Very well, the witness may now begin his testimony. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. I don't think I believe a sentence of that. Is that when Dark was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Dark bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear cut. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. I mean, do what you want, right? Make sure you give it to him raw, too. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day. Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Dark and made him run away like that. Was the defendant Lana Skye also present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Dark ran for it. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. So the two of you ran immediately after him, right? That's right, but Dark made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky. He didn't take the elevator though, right? I thought he went for the elevator, but the elevator was going up or something. So he had to make a beeline for the prosecutor's office or detective's office. I don't know. What's this about a power outage? Oh, that. The elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went into his heart though. That's not funny. It's really not. I went to my office, I found Lana there. Could you tell us what you saw? It was a shocking sight. Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together. Dark was also lying collapsed on the floor. Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls, Lana and Emma. Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done. Already arranged the crime scene. How can you know that? Because of the victim's body. It had already been moved. So that means you found the body near Lana's desk. That's right. I think you said earlier, it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor. Yes. Anyway, as you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. So you're saying that the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office. That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances. Is that how it really went down? Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. If you're going to stare at anything, you'd better off staring at the court record. Worthy, always the smooth talker. But which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence, but that can't be the whole truth. Somehow, I've got to link Gant to the incident. Okay. Found Gant safe evidence for something. I'm thinking that. List of evidence, and then half of the list was found in Gant's desk. That's the only thing I can think of. Alright, let's go with that. Power outage. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Present. Objection. If you really had nothing to do with the forgery, then how do you explain this? What's that? And what's that on it? A handprint? Chief Gant, your explanation, please. I don't know. You tell me, son. I fucking hate this guy, bro. Huh? My dear Righto, don't you know the second rule of evidence law? Oh, it has to be proved. Basically, it has to be proven that it pertains to this case or something. Let me go ahead and save real quick. We did a little bit. Uh-oh, not this again. Evidence law. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. Tell me, how is that rag relevant to this trial? It appears the defense was not prepared. I guess it's too early to use this piece of evidence. Please accept my profound apologies, Chief. Would you mind giving the defense another chance? Well, okay, I'll do it just this once, but only because you asked, Udgy. Thank you, I assure you, the defense is terribly sorry. Ha ha ha. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know you. Oh, did they not take damage? Did I not take damage because it was close enough? As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. Okay. I mean, this was found in his desk, but I mean, wrapped in defendant's muffler, small tag attached. That, I mean, how did he get access to his knife? Did he just have it on him? Like, how did he have that? Yeah, like, would they not have taken out? I guess he wasn't under arrest. He was just in for interrogation, right? I'm like, maybe he planted, maybe he got his knife somehow, and I don't. No, that doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm just gonna go with the vase. No, that's not it. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Oh, really? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make it. Yeah. Oh, I probably should have. Huh. Wait, maybe it's rule number 1 of evidence law? Okay, fuck. See, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Alright. Okay, if it's too early to use this. There it is. There it is. You claim you had nothing to do. I thought that was it, but I was like, I don't know. That seems like, because like we already knew he was connected to. Didn't we already know he was connected to the case? Like he was kind of on it, right? So I didn't know how that connects to that specific incident, but I guess we'll see. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. I'm afraid that's a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office, right? Take this list, for example. That's the list Emma Sky drew her picture on. This was discovered in your desk. Not only that, but a piece of this jar was sitting in your office. Bitch ass. I didn't think this had anything to do with it because I already tried the jar and the other piece of evidence that was in the safe. Whatever. Was found inside your safe. Yeah. It was found where? You see, Chief Gant? These articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the legal investigation. I'm a little salty about that. Yeah, man. Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? Huh. Here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admit to it, then, that you were involved in the forgery. Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. I wasn't even relevant 2 years ago, bro. Was I even a defense attorney? What are you talking about? Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. They have, well, isn't that right, righto? Objection. However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. Wasn't he fired? Yes, well, and I keep forgetting that I have to read everything. Yes, well, in light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and the relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put 2 and 2 together. Let's see, what was it now? A jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. I think it was the picture. It would help you out because it's what set up Lana to become chief prosecutor and you having control over her and having the top spot in the police department to yourself. But other than that, how would I have access to the evidence list at all? Are you saying Gumshoe could have given it to me? It was in your desk, bro. It was drawn on by Emma 2 years ago. So you had it this whole time. I don't even... Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences. Oh. Indeed, I believe I will press charges so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alright, Uji. In return, though. I know. That place, right? Huh? What are these guys, telepathic? What the fuck? What was that? Oh, I fucking hate this guy, bro. I don't like him. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. It makes no sense, bro. I'd appreciate it if you had stopped making these ridiculous allegations. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. What? I'll have you know, back in the day, I was broke into a cattle ranch and tipped. Mr. Wright, what are you saying? Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're going to need it later. Later? What are you talking about? What else? I'm talking about when Rido's prints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, they would prove his investigation was illegal. I've never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. Holy shit. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course, but suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. Objection! What do you mean you're hiding evidence? Right, if concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery. I'm not through speaking yet, Rido. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. It's in your safe, homie. What? Why would... If they were found after the Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. Are they, though? You got an innocent man killed. Am I in an alternate universe? Well, not an innocent man, but... I mean, I don't fucking know, bro. Are you saying this jar... fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation? Even... Yeah. I guess if he wasn't innocent, then you didn't necessarily get an innocent man murdered, but... What the fuck ever, bro. Wasn't discovered in the initial investigation. It would appear not, after all. It wasn't listed in the evidence list. How would a piece of a broken jar not be found at the crime scene, bro? And magically found later? Why would they not try to put it together in the first place? For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced. Objection, bro. Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient? Right. The chief is talking about a possibility so long as you can't rule that out. Your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Tell me something I don't know, bro. Come on, Rido. Come now, Rido. Think about it. There's no reason I'd participate in forgery. How can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here, but in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye. Well, now do you see? No, I don't. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Really, Chief Gant? At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this. Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh, the resolution of SO9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. Ho ho ho! Oh, that's a good one. Huh? Do you really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SO9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway. Damn. Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. Okay. There, it's out in the open now. I can't eat right now. Reggie, would you mind if I changed my testimony a little? By all means, please do. I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. Nothing in it for you? Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again. You're right. I don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. Ho 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 ho! Oh, that's a good one, Worthy. Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out? True, you might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Right? For sure. Have Lana in your back pocket. Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not what I mean, bro. Very well then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence? Take that! Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky, the defendant. Yes. I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Emma Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Sky was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. But how would he profit from all of this? He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Oh wait, you must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind. Why? Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence. Your motive to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her. Right on, my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? Do you have any proof of this? That I control Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana... She's keeping quiet to protect him. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. I mean, we already got... Emma's done for at this point. Like, at this point in the trial, Emma's done for. Lana might as well come clean about everything. Why wouldn't you? I'm afraid, without any proof, this all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture. Unless that is also what happened in this incident. This incident? Or which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her. Worthy, you better watch your tongue, boy. I wouldn't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean? You hear him threatening people, bro? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gantz is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? Order. I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious. Huh? This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency, and he's still human. The fuck? To accuse the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That's inconceivable. Impossible. That's very likely, bro. You gotta think about it. You gotta think about it. I feel like the more power you have, the much more likely you're able to even blackmail somebody, because you have the power. If you're powerless and you have nothing, you can't blackmail anybody with anything, really. Well, unless it's like small shit, but like with this, covering up a crime, forging evidence, it makes sense that people with more power are able to blackmail more. You know what I mean? Because they have access to more. They have more resources. I would be more. I think it's more believable the more power and higher in position somebody is. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. It looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this. Yeah, we tag teaming now. Can you prove this, Mr. Wright, that the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder? Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gantz is just a man. This is what I'm, you know what I'm saying? Let's go, Edgeworth. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. What the hell does that sound? I see. Alright then, let's see what Mr. Wright's got, and it better be good. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gantz to the murder. I didn't get a chance. I did, but I just didn't say it. What ties Chief Gantz to the murder? I don't know, bro. I can't present this because I never even filled out his ID number. So I can't say he was in the evidence room when that happened. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 7 blah blah blah. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that. That's my card number. It's your number. What? How do you know that? The safe in Chief Gantz's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits? You don't mean... I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gantz, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. That was it. Wow. I was 100% not expecting me to get it on the first try. I don't know. This is all I got. Let's go. Order. Chief Gantz, what do you have to say? Look at him, struggling. I love that look in his... I love that look, bro. I love that look. Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations. And I would demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Yep. Chief Gant, so you admit it. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. What about it? I'm chief of the police. Whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom, what's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days. Objection! You hadn't seen him in days? Chief Gant, I'm afraid you just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? The trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt. Objection. No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. The truth! If Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. I ain't got nothing left, bro. I got nothing left, bro. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime. It's one of these. I'm gonna try this one. Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the chief of police. Yet you are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure if he filed it. He filed it. How do I know? You ask. Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to because of the transfer. Yes, to transfer the evidence out. Oh! Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him? There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman. Exactly. But wait, the chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might... Oh, did I accidentally press it twice? Objection. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet, you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body. No, oh my gosh! No! Chief Gant, you didn't. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. Objection. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office's parking lot. How did he manage to move it there? I was at the police department the entire day, you know. And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time, I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space. How could the chief have moved the body, Mr. Wright? Show us this evidence. To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this. Take that. This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body. What's that? A screwdriver? But what does that have to do with this case? Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is this screwdriver doing here? I'm sorry, y'all. It's getting late, and I recorded. I think this is my 5th hour recording this. Just talking and talking. Y'all already know I don't be talking like that. And my mouth dry. That's why I keep drinking. I'm struggling, y'all. I'm struggling to talk. Tongue tied. What is this screwdriver doing here? It's here because... Aha! I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office, but you did, because Chief Gant asked you to. You mean the body was found in the... I don't know, I'm doing a voice. The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by the car. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car? Yes, unless of course you have another explanation, Chief. Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye. Miss Lana Skye. Order, order! What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? It's because they're not outrageous accusations. They're just a fact. Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Gant, please say something. I believe your time's up. My time's up? Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're to make it in time for the early bird special. Objection! But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. Objection. So you're going to... I don't know if y'all noticed. Y'all probably can't see, but every time I do the objection for Edgeworth, I go, objection. I don't know why I do that. So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gantz is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright? Your Honor. Do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Sky dispose of his body? Do you have any concrete proof? Got to. I can't let him just squirm his way out of this. I've got to keep the pressure on. Yes, Your Honor. I do have such evidence. Then please, hurry up and present it. Just remember, it better prove Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman beyond a shadow of a doubt. Why does my jacket smell so good? Oh, it's that new laundry detergent I'm using. This might be it, because we never solved why there was blood behind Blue Badger when everyone who came in before that. Well, let me read this. So who came in? Miles Edgeworth, and then Mike Meekins, 10 minutes. We already know Miles Edgeworth didn't do that, didn't place that blood mark, because there wasn't enough time between him and Mike Meekins. Meekins placed the Badger, and then Mike Meekins took him out. He was the last person. So we know that whoever came in at 420 is the only person who could have killed someone, who could have had enough time to kill someone, and left a bloody handprint on that specific spot, because Blue Badger wasn't there yet. Take that? So, what exactly is this evidence? It's proof as to whether or not it's enough to demonstrate the chief's guilt. I'll let you be the judge. But I am the judge. Oh, right. Well, what do you think, Your Honor? What I think, Mr. Wright, is I'm going to be late for lunch. I guess it wasn't enough. Please, Your Honor, give me just a little longer to consider. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current... Okay. So that's not it. I mean, that's the only thing that I can think proves it. That bloody handprint. And the bloody handprint I have here is the one on Marshall's locker. But the one that was behind Blue Badger was on Gumshoe's locker. Right? Bro, I gotta use the bathroom. But I'm not trying to take a break right now. I'm going to be late for lunch. Damn. Okay. Alright, so do away with the Blue Badger. Okay? Do away with the Blue Badger for now. Okay, I just reloaded since I only have one more shot anyway. Get my lives back. That doesn't prove it, right? Damn, I have no I feel like there's something obvious I'm missing here. Do I have concrete proof? Yes. I have to have proof. I have no clue, bro. You know what confuses me? It's that, like, I feel like this proves it. He was the only one in there. Well, I guess he was on, because it was his ID card. And we already know that he let him in. Well, I guess he did say we don't know if he went in with him. But, like, who else would have been in there? Well, I guess we don't know if that's where he died, actually. I guess we're trying to prove that it wasn't Lana. Corrupt independence. I already tried this, right? Damn. I have no clue. I already tried this, right? Scene of the stabbing? Or did I try this on something else? I think I tried this on something else. Oh, yeah. I already tried that on something else. Dang, bro. I mean, I didn't try this on something else. I tried it on that. I have no clue. The only evidence that I'm thinking is oh damn, I should have saved right before that so I could get right back here. White enamel shoe, bear traces of Goodman, Lana Sky. I already did this, right? So I'll let you be the judge. I am the judge. Oh, okay, I got a better save. The only thing I'm thinking now is this one, because Wright said, oh, I guess I used this too early. I doubt this is. Yep. Okay. God dang it. I have no clue, bro. Yo, apparently, no wonder I couldn't figure it out. This is crazy. Well, I saved way early, so. Or like way further into the whatever. So apparently you can't. I thought this game was all about like just go further, like there's an obvious answer, and that's how I've been doing this whole time. So you're telling me I had to hit I have no proof yet? I just looked it up. I sat here and I went to present evidence, and I reloaded and presented every piece of evidence I had. It's no use showing evidence I'm not even sure of myself. Like, why would the game let me do that? You know, this many rows of evidence. Why would you let me do that, developer? Why would you let me do that? This whole, all the way up to this point, it's been an obvious, okay, this is the answer. To progress and get what you want, pick that answer. I did that. And then I had to pick another answer within that answer. And these are all my choices. A through Z. And I just sat here being tired, bro. No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence. See, G? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief. What? Here's a tip. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose, righto. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, Edgy, I'll leave the rest to you. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency. What? Objection. Lady Luck, Maybe we should have a word with her. Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. A lady who knows the truth, another witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else, one more witness who can answer all the questions. Raised in this trial, someone right in this very room. Mr. Edgeworth, who is this person? Why are you asking me, nigga? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one who is the one calling witnesses today? Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist? She may not be willing to tell the truth, but we can't just stop now. Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 on February 21. Her task to dispose of the victim's body in accordance with a certain someone's orders. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. This court is now in Hold on. Huh? I thought I was done with you! Chief Gant, I thought you were going to eat. Listen, good Lana. He's talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. This isn't good. But Of course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? So what? That doesn't even make sense to me. We already, everyone in this courtroom already thinks she did it. She even admitted to it, kinda. She admitted she pushed someone. We're like, okay, yeah, that guy. So I'm like, what does her and the murder of Bruce Goodman have to do with the SL9 incident at this point, in terms of what Emma did? You get what I'm saying? I don't know if I get what I'm saying, but I feel like I don't know. Just something to think about. Alright then, I've got a lunch date to meet. Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess. Holy shoot. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. That chief, he's something else, huh, pals? Detective Gumshoe. Ha ha ha, I'm not a detective anymore. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Don't worry, I've already decided where to work now. At your office. That's kinda lit. My office? Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with. Could he mean Maya? Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? It's not fair. It's not fair he has the right to refuse to testify. That's what I'm saying. Settle down, right? Remember what the judge said? But Chief, that is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. Yeah, I caught that too. Risks. What did he mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Emma, are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. Oh, that's why. Yeah, I completely forgot she passed out. I guess it's because they didn't explicitly say it. All they said was thud, right? So we didn't get to see her reaction to. Wait, no, that was her reaction. Passing out was her reaction to her killing the guy that tried to save her. I guess we just didn't see her reaction to the vase having Emma on it because she was passed out. Right. Okay. I think I got stuff mixed up. It's a lot to take into consideration in this game, man. Oh, damn. I've been listening. Oh, so she heard everything that's been going on. Okay. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. I killed a man, and I enjoyed it. I reveled in it. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible, terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside, to force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do. That must be why she became so cold. Damn, that's tough. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Well, we'd better get back. It's time for the final act. Emma, why don't you wait? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, mister. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this. I'm destroyed at this point. Physically. And a little bit mentally. Holy crap. I'm done. I'm dying, y'all. Woo! Oh, didn't mean to do that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did like the video, if you didn't try another video, maybe like that one. And that, keep your head up. Peace. Just one more part to go.
I'll walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I fear no evil because I'm blind to it all.